Hello everyone, my name is Blake Edwards and I've been developing Power BI reports out of Odoo for almost 3 years now. In this time, I've got to experience firsthand how an ERP, which is supposed to make your life easier, can actually do the complete opposite. So in each of these videos, I'll be breaking down one of the reports that I've made and I'll go through the specific problem that the report aimed to solve for a business. All right, with all that being said, let's get into today's report. Okay, so today we're going to be going through a Purchases versus COGS report. Now, I'm just going to quickly go through the different terms that I'll be talking about in this video, just for people who might not be familiar with them. I know most people will be, but in case you're not, I know it might be a bit confusing when I'm going through the report itself, so I'll just cover it really quickly. First off, our purchases. So our purchases are how much we're spending to manufacture the goods that we're going to sell. Then we've got our COGS, or our cost of goods sold. So when we invoice a customer for $1,000, if it costs us $800 to produce those goods that we're selling to that customer, our cost of goods sold are $800. Then we've got the revenue. So the revenue is the total sales value, which is, in that previous example, it's $1,000 because that's how much we invoiced. And then last up, the good stuff, we've got the margin, which is the revenue less the COGS. So the report I'm going to go through today pretty much just tracks whether we're buying based off the customer demand, because that's extremely important. If we're not buying based on the customer demand, it means that, we could be buying more than we actually need to, which is going to lead to us having excessive stock levels. And alternatively, if we're selling more than we're buying, we're going to have a stock shortage. So the goal is for the purchases to equal the COGS, or at least be extremely similar. But yeah, that pretty much is just the background information. Now I'll just jump into the report. Okay, so this is the report itself. Up the top, we've got 3 ways that we can filter the data. At the moment, I've got it selected so that we're just filtering for August 2023. Now you can see down the bottom, it's showing us we've got a total COGS of 1.9 million and a total purchases of 2.3 million. So like we discussed before, we probably want these numbers to be a lot closer together, because in this case, we're buying a lot more than we're selling. So in this table, we've got a breakdown of how much we're purchasing from each supplier. So if we want to click on supplier 83303, we can see that we're buying about 500K and we're using the raw materials that we're getting off them to manufacture these products here. All right, so this chart on the right-hand side is a stock valuation. So the stock valuation is the total stock on hand value. So if we want to filter for the cordless drill, we can see that the stock valuation at the start of August was 80K and it finished at around 73K. So it actually decreased by 7, which is a good thing. It means we're turning that stock over and we're turning it into margin. Down here, we've got the cumulative purchases versus COGS. So ideally, these are pretty much on top of each other, because that means we'll have that one-to-one COGS versus purchases. This looks pretty good. And in this case, we're about $90 off. So that's almost perfect. All right. So if we get rid of these filters, I'll just show you how you can do the product category filtering. So let's just say we want to look at hardware, for example. Then it just filters all of the tables and we can see that our purchases are significantly higher than our COGS. All right, that's pretty much it. I hope you got some value out of it and you can see how useful it can be when you really get into the nitty-gritty. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed and I will see you in the next one. I thought I'd just quickly go through the data model for this report. So if you're not familiar with Power BI, essentially these little boxes are all tables and then we connect them together via relationships, and that's what gives us the information to actually fuel the report. So because we were creating a purchases versus COGS report, all we needed was the purchase order information, the sales data to get the COGS, and then we had a visual which showed the inventory value over time. So we needed the stock valuation table. So all of those data tables are down the bottom here, and then we've got our lookup tables at the top. So we've got our product lookup and our partner lookup. Product lookup, pretty obvious. It gives us all the information about our products, so the ones that we were buying and then the ones that we were selling. And then we've got our res partner table, which gives us all of our information about the vendors that we were purchasing the products or the raw materials off. So yeah, that's pretty much the data model. Before I let you go, I am currently offering a completely free customized Power BI report specifically for Odoo users. So if you own a company who has Odoo implemented, or you work for a company that is struggling with the lack of reporting functionality that it has, please don't hesitate to reach out. It is completely free. There is no strings attached. I really do just want to show you the potential of Power BI, because I know firsthand how frustrating it can be having to pay developers $200 to $300 an hour just to make a minor software change, which probably takes them 5 minutes to do, but they still bill you for 4 hours. So I want to try to take some of that burden off. So if that's of any interest to you, I'll leave my website link in the description where you can request that demo. But even if you don't, no stress at all. I hope you enjoyed the video and you got something out of it, and I will see you in the next one.